one of my favorite songs. You've been so kind and generous. I don't know how you keep on giving. For your kindness, I'm in debt to you. My favorite Thanksgiving song. Your selflessness, my admiration for everything you've got done. You know I'm bound. I'm bound to thank you for it. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. You've been so kind and generous. I don't know how you keep on giving. For your kindness, I'm in debt to you. And I never could have come this far without you. For everything you've done, you know I'm bound to thank you for it. Na 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 na. Such a great song. Makes me cry unless I'm singing really, really loud and I don't want to necessarily, I don't know, do that right now with what's outside my door. I don't know why, but I have been gushing gratitude all day of this day 60. And have had so many beautiful connections with myself in my memories and my thoughts and other people and conversations and messages and, you know, well, that song by Natalie Merchant just blows my mind. I just absolutely love it. And so I'd love for you to go. It's called Kind and Generous, and that whole album has deep significance for me. Right after my mom passed away, we went on a road trip and drove from Saskatoon all the way to Florida to see my brother Trent, who was living there at the time, and Louise and Mackenzie, and have Christmas with them. And I couldn't stand the thought of getting into an airplane. Pardon me. Oh, my digestive system is just not working right now. I couldn't, you know, like I was still dealing with the grief of my mom's passing and all that I had going on with just starting to teach yoga, and the thought of trying to put any kind of life into a suitcase for not just me but for the girls and everyone, and drag that stuff to a airport and get on a plane and sit in that box. It was too constrictive. I just couldn't do it. So I said, let's drive. And so we rented a car, very reliable car for this, 10,000 kilometer trip. Ridiculous. But I just sat in that car for all those miles, like a good road trip where there's nothing else you can do except be there and be patient for the miles to go by. And that album, Ophelia, was one of the soundtracks. And I would sing and I would cry to those songs, and it always reminds me of that trip. And being in here today is, and these past few days, it reminds me of that road trip feeling of there's nowhere else for me to go, and there's not much else I can do except be exactly where I am with exactly what is. And I can't get out of here. I can't leave this ward, and I'm the process has started, so I'm in it 100%. And I was FaceTiming with the girls earlier, and they're making our traditional festive meal of a lasagna, since we don't, I'm vegetarian, so I wasn't cooking turkeys and chickens for festive meals, and my festive meal became lasagna. And so they FaceTime me to get some last minute instructions on how to make it. And Kira asked me if I'm missing anyone. And earlier, when she told me she was going to FaceTime, and when the girls said they were going to FaceTime me and make lasagna, I thought, oh, I want to be at home, I want to be eating lasagna with them and having a glass of wine. And then I dropped into the present moment, and I realized I don't even think I could eat a piece of lasagna tonight. My stomach and my digestive system are not feeling good. That is not what they need. And a glass of wine probably wouldn't even taste good to me right now. And I realized that I'm exactly where I need to be. I have nothing. I'm missing absolutely nothing. I feel surrounded by love. I'm full of love in my heart and in my mind and all around me. I've been counting my blessings all day, having beautiful engagements with people I know and people I don't know here in the hospital. I'm missing nothing, and that is such a good feeling. Yoga is the state where you are missing nothing. I think that's Sri Brahmananda Saraswati. Someone can correct me if I've got that wrong, but also I believe it was Sophia Loren that said, I miss nothing because my life happens wherever I am. And that's the same sentiment, right? Wherever you are, there's nothing to miss. You are exactly where you need to be. I am exactly where I need to be. This is exactly what is happening for me and to me and with me right now. This is it. And it is beautiful. All my needs are cared for. My, nurses caring for me, doctors, people making food for me, the government that has provided this building and these resources and these everything that I have here. Oh my goodness, pardon me. And so I don't know, I've just been gushing gratitude all day. Lots of beautiful tears of connection and love and deep feeling. And when I used to teach yoga, I'd forget about long weekends mainly because we homeschooled our kids, and so I'd lose track of the calendar, right? I'd know it was the weekend coming, but those days off didn't apply to us because we were both self-employed and homeschooled. So didn't really look forward to long weekends the way a lot of people do. And I always taught on Monday nights. My favorite class was on Monday nights, and I shouldn't say that. I liked teaching all my classes, but Monday nights was a big one. And often the holiday would fall on Monday nights, a weekend holiday on Mondays. And I would forget to cancel the class. And some people would come and be very grateful for a long weekend Monday night class, but often the class was smaller, and I just, got used to forgetting it. And sometimes I'd cancel it, and then at some point along the way, especially with Thanksgiving weekend, I thought, no, I want to teach on Monday night on Thanksgiving weekend. It's very important to me, and gratitude is such an important practice for all of us. And there's one class I would love to teach again, and so I'm going to figure out, if I'd had it with me, I'd transcribed it and written it out, and it's in some of my yoga material tucked away in a box back home. But I could teach it not completely by memory at this point. I need those papers, but I could teach it just to you like this. If you'd like to do a class on that speaks to me a lot about gratitude. The other thing I have is somewhere in my documents, I've got a meditation a gratitude meditation that I recorded quite a few years ago and have, given it out in various situations. Maybe you've got it already. But if you're interested in that, I could dig that up and just send me a message, and I can get it to you somehow, or pop it up on my website or something. I'm not sure what the best technical way to do that is, but I'm very grateful. And I love that GG, gushing gratitude. Let's all just gush with gratitude, like gush, like Natalie Merchant, unapologetically. I want to thank you for your generosity, the love, and it's like she just goes for it in that song. She doesn't hold anything back. I just love that song. So go crank it up for me and listen to it at some point in your life. And I'm just going to try and read Happy Thanksgiving. Aww. Oh, teaching on Thanksgiving. I know, it's just like, will I ever shut up, Anne? And here's the thing about teaching. I can't help it. And yet there's a part of me that just wishes I could it, and just breathe with you. So maybe let's just take a moment and close our eyes and breathe together and be together without talking, without listening, without doing. That was only 5 breaths for me, but I thought I might fall asleep if I continued doing that. So, may you gush with Thanksgiving over and over and over again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, I love you, I love you, and good night.